Innovation districts like the Pearl in Charlotte combine university and medical research with corporate innovation and commercial activity. They create startup companies and entrepreneurial engagement, and they provide for social inclusion and economic mobility. They are, at their very core, engines of municipal, social, cultural, workforce, and community impact. The Pearl's very name harkens back to the proud history of this area of Brooklyn, where now the Wake Forest University School of Medicine will combine with Atrium Health to anchor a new innovation district that will create opportunities not just in Charlotte and Mecklenburg County, but across the region. They'll gather new companies to come together with the talent in the Charlotte area to create the next generation of medical, health, life sciences, and technology products, services, devices, and solutions. Innovation districts don't exist in isolation. They can be important drivers of regional and state economies. There's a unique opportunity here. With Innovation Quarter, just up the road in Winston-Salem, there is, for the first time in North America, a common university and School of Medicine partner, Wake Forest, a common clinical partner, Atrium Health, common programming, common entrepreneurial resources in two cities so that research can go to scale in Charlotte and in Winston-Salem, acting as a super corridor of opportunity and engagement.
The purpose of the branding is to create a sense of place for the Pearl in Charlotte. And in terms of a connection with Winston-Salem, you will notice similarities because they are both innovation districts and they both are practicing the same principles in terms of development, inclusion, economic opportunity. In Winston-Salem, we've had great success and we look forward to helping our friends in Charlotte move along the path towards the same success for the Pearl.
And, today's important because today Charlotte's Innovation District gets its name, right? And all of us, our name is important. It's part of our brand. It says a lot about us. And for an innovation district, this one really harkens to its sense of place and inclusivity. And that sense of place is very important. So when companies or startups or researchers or community members or others identify, it is important to be able to identify what the spatial geography. One of the things that innovation districts really do for their regions is create that center of congregation, right? A place where people come together, where new ideas are formed, and where diverse people, whether it's artists, musicians, medical researchers, tinkerers, community members all come together, and to be able to have a nomenclature to say, we're getting together at the Pearl, we're together in Innovation Quarter, also helps you create a sense of programming that ties it with the fabric of the community, and in this case, ties those two corridors together. And so when we think about places, right, in a lot of in St. Louis, when people think about innovation, the word cortex is top of their lips. In Philadelphia, U City is that designation between Penn and Drexel and Children's Hospital. In Miami, folks think about Converge, right? Aggie Square is on top of everybody's lips in Northern California, and particularly around Sacramento. And so it becomes a shorthand for this kind of place that gives life to innovation and new ideas. We believe that there will be a complementary set of companies in Charlotte, complementary to what's happening in Winston-Salem. So right now, what we are certainly doing is looking at the research and the kinds of clinical that will really form, if you will, the center of magnetic activity. So if you think about what's happening and where there are great strengths, they certainly are in areas such as cancer, such as neuro, muscular, skeletal. Certainly health tech in and of itself aligns well with the workforce of Charlotte. And if you think about regenerative medicine and particularly surgical kinds of approaches, right? And new kinds of ways of handling the various surgeries. All of those are important areas that both are informed by research, happening at Wake Forest. They are informed by the clinical operation of Atrium in both Winston-Salem and in Charlotte. There are opportunities for some of these businesses to be able to go through startup at Innovation Quarter and to be able to have some scale up activity in Charlotte and vice versa. So we're looking at a very complementary environment. And right now we're sitting down with many of the faculty members, the physicians. We're talking about to a number of private companies, both in Charlotte and across the country, who have an interest in locating in this kind of innovation district. So there'll be exciting new announcements, I think, that you're going to be seeing coming over the next many months and couple of years as we progress towards the opening of these buildings, which would be in sometime in 2025.